You might remember that a couple years ago, I reviewed a Bruceploitation movie called Challenge of the Tiger. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, the DVD that movie came on also came with another movie. And in fact, that's the movie I originally wanted to review. Well, today I'm finishing what I started and reviewing that other movie. After all, if I can review a movie that exploits the reputation of Bruce Lee, then I can review a movie that does the same thing to James Bond and Little People. For Your Height Only is a 1981 Filipino James Bond spoof starring 2'9" actor Weng Weng, who according to IMDb is the shortest actor to ever get the lead role in an action movie. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, Michael J. Fox was in The Hard Way. James Bond spoofs have been around almost as long as James Bond movies have, but none of them quite have the, stature that this one does. Weng Weng plays Agent Boobs in a YouTube comment, and I guess I was wrong about the title since apparently it's For Your Height Only. Weird, that's not what the DVD cover says. I guess the James Bond copyright holders must have demanded at least 2 words be different. Now, most Bond movies have a catchy song in the opening credits, so what's this movie's song like?
Alam kong ako'y walang karapatan, nilikha ba ako upang masaktan?
It's not great, but it's better than Die Another Day. Anyway, the plot of the movie involves a scientist called Dr. Van Kohler who manages to get kidnapped about 2 minutes after he lands in Manila.
What are you doing? Move. Take your hands off me! Move. I didn't do anything. Move. I'm a guest in this country.
Oh, I'm sorry, where are my manners? Fellas, get the professor some tea before we kidnap him. Now that they've captured Dr. Kohler, time to report to their boss.
Our mission was a success. We only had to kill 1 man. Your planning was superb, sir.
Hey, idiot, that's a mirror. You're talking to yourself, dumbass.
Where is he now?
Oh, my mistake. So what's their boss's name?
Mr. Giant, I have good news for you.
Mr. Giant, huh? Yeah, he's gonna turn out to be small too, isn't he? Alright, just checking.
Who are you? And what do you want from me?
I am Mr. Giant. I want your formula for the N-bomb.
Okay, listen, movie. It's bad enough I gotta worry about people getting pissed off about Little People jokes. I don't need you dropping N-bombs, too. And I'm not sure about Mr. Giant's operation. This place doesn't look like an evil villain's lair. It looks like a swingers party if they forgot to invite any women.
The forces of good are our sworn enemy. They must be exterminated, and I mean lethally.
Yeah, no more nice exterminations where we just give them a sternly worded letter. Meanwhile, Weng saves a woman from getting assassinated by a sniper by paying the editor to make the film skip. Wow, 5 minutes in and already we've got our first Weng girl.
Why are they trying to kill you?
They're big on drugs, and they said they'd peddle my pretty bod as a prostitute. They're into kidnapping, as well as protection.
Really? 'Cause it doesn't look like they were protecting you very well.
I told them I said I wasn't interested, and well, now I get shot at once or twice a week, and one of these days it's bye-bye Lola.
Big deal. I have to read mean comments on YouTube like once or twice a week. Lola tells Weng where the gang's hideout is, and the film immediately cuts to them waiting outside there, so maybe Weng is paying off the editor. Shit, no wonder this gang is so bad. They've all got reefer madness. Thankfully, Weng is such a master of stealth, he wears his Saturday Night Fever suit at night. And check out these fighting skills. Okay, well, at least now I know where Mini-Me got his moves from. And I don't think these are very good henchmen if they can be taken out with a slap on the ass. Okay, they busted the drug ring, so does this have anything to do with the kidnapped scientist from earlier?
Hello, Lola. Now, listen carefully. This is important.
Interesting.
No, I said important. Open your fucking ears. Actually, that's pretty much their entire conversation, so I'm not really sure what was so important. I'm assuming it has something to do with busting whoever the hell this is. That was a terrible shave and a haircut. I better be careful. And I don't know if Weng's a stealth master as much as the bad guys just can't see shit.
Oh, my little head.
Get it? It's funny because he's tiny. We're now introduced to the movie's version of Q, who gives Weng some gadgets, like this watch that turns into a pendant between edits.
Only 2 people will have this pendant here. You, 00, and the pretty broad we infiltrated into the syndicate. 2-way communication.
Thanks. Now, do you think you could turn it back into a watch so I don't have to wear a pendant?
And this ring here can detect all poisons. It's made out of gold. Platinum was too expensive. Our budget is a problem.
Yeah, I gathered budget was a problem in this movie. You got anything else?
It's specially built. It's really a humdinger. I know it's dopey looking, but it's a weapon. Your pen. Looks ordinary, and yet it's specially built. Now this is very interesting.
Why does it feel like they gave this actor a bunch of random items and just told him to improvise?
It's got many uses,
Jesus Christ, this guy's still going?
The piece resistance. You know what these are for, 00, huh?
Yeah, they give him special PG-13 vision. Meanwhile, it looks like the bad guys are busy inventing stuffed crust pizza. The Fiends!
There's a lot of dough in this dough. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. The boss says to cover every kindergarten and sandbox. We're gonna teach them something about pleasure.
Ah, wait, what? Okay, what's the bad guy's plan? They're trying to make kids fat by making them eat too many carbs or something? Whatever, just beat them up anyway. Whoa, careful, Weng. That's half the movie's budget you're holding there. The bad guys report to, I guess, their boss. I thought Mr. Giant was in charge. Is this the main bad guy now? Was this guy or this guy? How many villains are in this movie?
How did that midget find out about our operation?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Take it easy, movie. I believe they prefer the term munchkins.
Let's hear your thinkings.
I think you're a dumb gorilla.
Okay, I'm not sure, but something tells me that was a slur too. And hey, while we're on the subject...
It's an important message from Mr. Giant. He says he has much need of more gold. 10 bombs today are expensive.
I know, they can cost you entire careers. Just ask Michael Richards.
I wasn't serious. Honest.
Meanwhile, it looks like Weng switched over to his Eddie Murphy Delirious outfit. Oh, and Weng has a new female companion now, so I guess Lola's out of the picture. This is Irma, who's part of Mr. Giant's gang and is giving Weng inside information. But I think she's a little passive-aggressive.
Maybe you and I can trace his hideout. You're such a little guy, though. Very petite, like a potato.
Okay, movie, I get it. He's small. Mr. Giant's gang now wants to steal some gold, I guess? It feels like they thought up 6 different storylines and couldn't decide which one they liked best, so they just said, fuck it, we'll use them all. Nice to know that even though this movie was made in 1981, in the Philippines, it's always 1976. Weng arrives to stop the bad guys again, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he wants this guy to steal second. But failing that, a quick stink bomb will do the trick. I'm beginning to understand why Weng hasn't had time to rescue that scientist from the beginning, since he can't even walk down the street without people trying to kick the shit out of him. Well, at least now we get to see him use some of those gadgets he got earlier. Huh. That wasn't a bad effect, actually. At this point, the crime boss is so embarrassed even his suit's starting to blush.
Each move we make, that 00 it's already there.
It's some kind of black magic. He's a one-man army.
No, you're just incompetent. Case in point, the henchman can't even spot Weng no matter how poorly camouflaged he is. One advantage to being Weng's size, everyone else is at a convenient crotch shot height. Seriously, I don't think that Steven Seagal cock-puncher skit from the Onion movie had this much cock-punching in it. And is it me, or does it seem like every single person in Manila wants to kill Weng? I think 95% of his day is spent just fending off random people who attack him. Okay, so he killed that guy. I think. But just because Weng's on the run from some bad guys doesn't mean he can't take some time out for a little lovin'. No pun intended. Who am I kidding? Yeah, it was. Time for Weng to use his most impressive gadget, an umbrella that doubles as a parachute. Why do I get the feeling they actually tossed Weng off a roof for that scene? Oh, and Weng's X-ray glasses let him know that a bunch of naked men are hiding in his room, which makes me wonder what the hell they had planned for him. Well, that takes care of the bad guys. Now, time for disco. Yeah, I meant what I said earlier about it always being 1976 in the Philippines. Well, the movie's gone about 90 seconds without some people trying to kill Weng. Better fix that.
Where's that little midget?
Probably hiding in her handbag.
Hey, quit being offensive for me, movie! The bad guys kidnap Irma, and she shows why you shouldn't make your secret communicator as loud and obvious as possible.
So this is how you communicate with your little Wang.
It's Weng, and my Wang isn't little! Okay, so you know Wang's coming. What is this, the third time he's had to beat you up in this warehouse?
You try any tricks and you get blasted, see?
Yeah. Instead of just shooting Weng, the bad guys lock him in what I hope isn't a ventriloquist dummy trunk. Weng eventually gets out with the help of his gadgets, although they're still not as cool as the ones from GoldenEye. I will say though, if anyone ever made a video game adaptation of this movie, I'd play it. And there's something very familiar about the music here. Weird. Usually I'd hear that kind of music in a Turkish movie I'm reviewing. Well, you let Weng get away again. Jesus is very disappointed in you. And damn it, fellas, I keep telling you these key parties won't work unless you remember to bring your wives. I'm not sure if the kidnapped scientist storyline is still a thing at this point, but regardless, Weng keeps killing bad guys, and he slides across the floor so much in this movie it's like his suits are made of bacon grease.
Your marriage, your reputation, they don't come any better. You're really a miniature Bond.
It's a little on the nose, but thanks, I guess. And we're halfway through and the main villain appears to be dead, so is the rest of the movie just gonna be Weng sitting at home relaxing? Oh wait, I guess he still has to rescue his sort of girlfriend. And did somebody say nutshot? Just think, Weng would be totally powerless to stop the bad guys if only they had some athletic cups. We also get to see Weng use his fancy gun from earlier, which can apparently hit people he's not even aiming at. I didn't add that sound effect. This just went from being a James Bond parody to an episode of America's Funniest Home Videos. Nice to know this movie's reaction to killing people is to disco dance. And I wasn't kidding earlier when I said everyone in Manila wants to kick Weng's ass, since he immediately gets into a fight with a bunch of guys. And as long as we're adding disco to a movie that probably shouldn't have any...
Who were those guys in the club?
Oh, just drunks. Regular customers.
See? Those weren't even bad guys. I think the only reason they started fighting was because Weng said Gloria Gaynor was better than Donna Summer. And I guess Weng has another new girl now?
You know what to say. Take the size the way you use it.
Maybe. But are you a sexual animal?
Well, they don't call me Weng for nothing. Even though it's actually Weng.
You know, sex is like tequila.
You need to chase it with a lime? The plot of this movie is so disjointed, I think it just decided to take a break and play some squash. What? Now they're looking at family photos? What the hell is going on?
This is Baldo. His nickname is Tattoo.
Baldo? Okay, does he have anything to do with Mr. Giant? It seems like this movie gets a new villain and Bond girl every 15 minutes. And what is with the bad guy's weakness to tailbone hits? Weng should really recruit all his female companions to help him. Their fighting skills seem to consist of more than just hitting people in the nuts. I guess Weng's still busy stopping the bad guys? Whatever he's doing, he sure is killing a lot of people. Plus, I think he's resorted to pickpocketing. Okay, now he's fighting some rejects from a Shokasugi movie? Did they have anything to do with Mr. Giant? Or anything else we've seen so far? It feels like I'm watching a series of clips from about 30 different exploitation movies that have been randomly strung together.
Where's Mr. Kaiser?
Who's Mr. Kaiser? Oh good, he's in an Acme taxi. Maybe that means it'll explode when he gets to his destination.
Sorry about that, I should have checked the tank.
Jerk. I gotta walk on my little feet.
Has the movie mentioned he's small yet? And considering how everyone else reacts to him in this movie, I'm pretty sure the taxi driver would have also tried to kill him. Why do I get the feeling that train coming by wasn't supposed to be part of the movie? Hey look, they finally got a woman to be at their swingers party! Hooray! The bad guys discover that Irma was giving info to Weng, so they take her to Mr. Giant, and in other news, Irma and Mr. Giant are back in the movie. Oh well, it's not like Weng needed another excuse to keep killing people. Yes, Weng, you look ridiculous. Now moving on. And what do you know, I guess Weng really is dressed to kill. Weng finds out that Mr. Giant's holding Dr. Kohler and Irma on the island of... Hidden Island, I guess. And he better hurry up and rescue them before the movie forgets they're even a thing again. Q comes back to give Weng another gadget, but at least this time it's short since literally the next scene is him infiltrating the island.
Nipple, nipple, tweak, tweak, fly!
He's landed on Hidden Island, Agent 00. Now here is Hidden Island.
If you know where it is, it's not very well hidden now, is it? Oh well, at least Weng finally gets to meet Mr. Giant, and the surprise twist about his identity is just as unsurprising as you think it is. Oh well, he's still taller than Weng, so maybe it's one of those relative names. Mr. Giant shows off his fighting skills, but eventually Weng remembers he has a gun and just shoots him. Oh, and I guess he called in some special forces or something? Who the hell are these guys? It looks like they're about to run into Pam Grier from the Big Bird Cage. Seriously, it feels like another Filipino exploitation movie just crashed this one. Oh well, at least Weng's gun allows him to magically hit everyone who isn't Irma and Dr. Kohler. This movie has got to be setting a record for most people gunned down by invisible bullets. Well, Weng prevented the villains from dropping the N-bomb, but not before Irma goes all Tracy Bond and gets shot. Irma! No, you were the only woman I ever loved! In the past 10 minutes or so. I'm not really sure whose grave Weng's standing in front of, but in any case, that's the end of the movie. Well, there's a movie that certainly lives up to its reputation, for whatever that's worth. Those expecting a laugh a minute may be a bit disappointed since there aren't really a ton of jokes in the film. It also feels like they had a dozen different storylines, and instead of picking one, they just decided to use them all. Honestly though, in a movie like this, I don't think plot's super important. It's definitely off the wall, but I still think Challenge of the Tiger is a little more entertaining and outrageous. This one does have more nutshots, though. Weng Weng also starred in a sequel called The Impossible Kid of Kung Fu, and IMDb also lists another sequel called Agent 00, which may or may not be real. If anyone can confirm that movie's existence, please tell me, because I'd love to know if Weng got replaced by Tiny George Lazenby. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
Alam kong ako'y walang karapatan.